When we hear the word melodrama, we tend to think of hackneyed, over-emotional stage plays. Our minds go back to the broad, laughable action we may have seen in old silent movies. But when we analyze melodrama as a theater genre, we can't deny that its unique world is filled with iconography, conventions, and moral values that are uniquely American. Our knowledge of melodrama may be limited to the stereotypical plays where handsome young heroes save damsels in distress from unrepentant villains. Early melodramas were designed to draw clear moral distinctions and create an ideal world where, by the final curtain, good was always rewarded and evil was always punished. Simply stated, melodrama manipulates emotions to result in a resolution that delivers a sense of satisfaction. Though we recognize how unsophisticated the classical melodramas were, if one were to examine popular American culture today, its basic formula described most American films and television programming. The formula is simply employed in a more sophisticated fashion than it was in the early days. As we said in an earlier episode, virtually all genres of theater are hybrids of tragedy and comedy. The popular appeal of melodrama arises from the carefully calculated mixture of comedy and tragedy within its unique world. Within this mixture, the comedic action never extends to comedy's intellectual dimensions, nor does its serious action rise to the universal level of tragedy. However, the way that melodrama blends these two pure genres creates an undeniable energy that provides satisfying results for the audience. Historically, melodrama reached its peak in Europe during the 19th century, when such French playwrights as Eugene Scribe and Victorien Sardou popularized what was referred to as the well-made play. Well-made plays arbitrarily generated thrilling complications and outlandish coincidences that were designed to cause a highly emotional response. Within the crucible of these elements, melodrama utilized comic relief to prevent serious action from becoming too uncomfortable. It's not melodrama's goal to reveal the truth to its audience, as in the case with tragedy, but to confirm the beliefs and sensibilities that they already hold, depicting an ideal world. Melodrama arose during the Romantic period of the 19th century, when it was the goal of art to pursue a vision of the ideal. As a result, the tenets of Romanticism make up the core values of melodrama. Romanticism wasn't about romantic love, but presenting a romantically ideal view of the world. The main conflict in melodrama is the battle between good and evil. In the world of melodrama, the hero is a highly moral character who succeeds when performing good deeds, faltering only when engaged in some less than ideal behavior. This leads to the hero learning how to behave by correct moral standards and, as a result, they overcome all obstacles. Evil is embodied in the iconic melodramatic villain, who engages in morally corrupt behavior. The villain is irredeemable, enjoying temporary success at the expense of all that is good and just. But the audience's romantic sense of justice is satisfied when the villain is not only overcome, but thoroughly humiliated, if not totally wiped out. He gets his comeuppance, and our romantic sense of justice is upheld. Dramatic structure in the world of melodrama includes the infusion of inventive complications for the hero to overcome. This requires a playwriting device borrowed from the well-made play, the dramatic coincidence. Because the complications are so formidable, the inner logic of melodrama allows remarkable coincidences to occur, creating a sense of structural balance. Such devices as the timely discovery of a prop or letter that either complicates the play's action or resolves its conflict are common. The structure of melodrama follows a formula that is designed to manipulate the emotions of the audience. Melodrama makes us laugh and cry. The rising and falling action of the play resembles a sporting event where we root for the good guys. In the world of melodrama, our team always wins, and we leave the theater satisfied. The director of a play in the genre of melodrama should strive for a realistic style of acting. Because the action of melodrama pushes the boundaries of believability by employing implausible complications and resolutions, the actor must convince the audience of their authenticity. Genuine struggles with believable emotional responses will create the illusion that the contrived nature of the play's structure is sound. This is how melodrama establishes its inner logic. One technique for creating a believable illusion of reality is what is referred to as endowment. This is the act of endowing a prop or dramatic situation with more significance than is logical. In the iconic opening scene of the melodramatic movie Raiders of the Lost Ark, the actors endow the switching of the bag with the relic with extraordinary tension, and the audience accepts the inner logic of this heightened action. A good endowment is always achieved by relishing the action, rather than simply performing it. You may have noticed that the simplistic good versus evil viewpoint is common in current American culture. We tend to see those things we favor as being unquestionably good, and those qualities with which we disagree as villainous. The traffic on today's social media embraces the core values of melodrama, which leaves little room for a view that considers a more nuanced shade of gray. We could revise Newton's law to say, for every genre, there is an opposite and equal genre. Tragedy has comedy. In the next episode, we'll look at melodrama's opposite and see how it creates a world that offers a unique perspective. We'll do that in the next episode of Theater, Storytelling in Action.